I've bench pressed 5 or 6 times a week, every week for the past 6 years. And a lot of you guys might think that I'm crazy for this, but I'm the healthiest and the strongest that I've ever been in my entire life. As a competitive powerlifter, this is something that I've trained myself to do over time. And I definitely don't recommend this to everyone, but if you're someone that responds well to high frequency and high volume, this might be something that can help you out. And out of the 3 compound movements, bench press is probably the only one where you can get away with doing something like this. There are a lot of high frequency bench pressers in powerlifting, especially for those that have like a shorter range of motion. They can get away with doing something like this because they're not putting too much stress on their bodies on a majority of their training days. For example, today is one of those days where I'm gonna be doing tempo bench press. I'm not going anywhere near my 1 rep max, and it's something that I need this day in my program, or else I wouldn't be able to be as strong as I want to on my primary day. My primary day is a day that I have to go really heavy. I have singles, I have heavy back off sets, and that's my biggest priority for my training week, my bench press training week. Like I said before, this isn't something for everyone. Not everyone responds the same way that I have for the past few years. But if you're struggling with your bench press, if you're a beginner powerlifter and you're only benching like once or twice a week, try experimenting with increasing your frequency. Increasing your frequency is one of the 3 variables that you can change in your training to get you stronger. So like I mentioned before, a lot of the days in my program aren't gonna be too strenuous. Most of them are gonna be really submaximal with a variation like either Larson press, close grip bench, tempo bench press, stuff where I can get a proper stimulus to prepare me for that primary or secondary day on bench. Today I'm gonna be working up to, I think, a top set of 2 with 145 kilos for my tempo bench set today. These tempo bench press days in my midweek session are the ones to help me refine my technique and kind of hone what I've been working with for the past few years, because even for someone like me, I don't always have good bench press days. There are days where my technique feels terrible, and I think that tempo bench press is literally the best variation there is. I can make another video about this down the road, but I'll be doing this today and I'll be working on my technique. One thing that I've noticed with myself lately, I've kind of been like really lacking with my stacking. My stacking hasn't been the best it's ever been. And I've been losing a lot of power off of my chest. My bar path has been really funky because of that. So I'll be recording from the side, showing you guys what I think could be the issue, and hopefully we can address these issues together, and then I'll think about it out loud. I was completely out of the frame on that shot, and yeah, that was embarrassing, but I had to move my lens, or change my lens with Jess because he's using my other one today. So I'm filming from literally across the gym right now. For those of you asking, I use a 50mm 1.2. I usually use a 24-70 zoom lens, but can't use that right now, so my camera's all the way across the gym. Got the new studio light too that I'm using for the first time today. I'm pretty excited to use that for training now. If I'm gonna spend that much money on a fucking light, I'm gonna use it every single session. Thank God I own this gym, right? I actually do like benching in these shoes, guys. I'm not sponsored by them or affiliated with them, but I actually do like the grip on the bottom of these shoes. They're a little bit closer to the ground than Hyper V's, because Hyper V's have a little bit of a platform even though they're really grippy. And I think that that's the biggest difference between the 2 of these shoes. So there's a lot of grip on these shoes, and I've used these every single day on each lift, and there's still a lot of grip. So I'm wearing a new crew neck I just got too. It's a University of Cincinnati. I coached the president of that team. She got me this crew neck, and it's fucking sick. Okay, the focus caps are hitting me right now. I'll show you guys. This is my pre-workout for today. I don't take actual pre-workout on non-lower body days, but I take this 110% focus training stack, and I'm not even gonna try reading the ingredient list because a lot of these are big words I don't understand, but Kevin made a good formula with this. It's my favorite 110% product. Yeah, I'm doing an ad in the beginning of the video. I don't care. I love this product. My favorite one. I'll put it in the description. If you guys want to support me, use code Nico at checkout. Yeah, that's my favorite product. If you guys don't get anything else, get that, because I think that's the best product on the site. Stiff today from yesterday's SPD workout. One thing I'm really honest with myself on for this day is my tempo, because I would need to be strict. If you're doing a variation and you're not doing the variation the way that it's supposed to be, you're literally missing out. You're not getting the most out of each lift. And that's the motto for 2024, because we got a qualifying total to hit, guys. Okay.
Beautiful. Come on.
Come on, let's go.
Nice.
That was good. Oh my God. 137.5 kilos. I feel really good today on bench. This tempo day, really focusing on keeping my joints stacked, keeping my ribs high on the descent, because my arch has been lacking lately. We can't have that. So the only way to really tell if you respond well to higher frequency on bench press is to experiment with yourself. And the longer that you power lift, the more opportunities you have to try different things. And honestly, that's the only real way to figure it out if it works for you or it doesn't work for you. Trial and error. It's literally just like a science experiment. And everything that you're given in your training is like a prescription to you. And you just got to see if the prescription is appropriate for you. And if it isn't, you change it. That's the way I like to look at training. So this will give you guys a better understanding of how training works. If you look at it from that perspective, that might make a little bit more sense to you guys. Whenever I'm writing programs, whenever I'm doing the blocks for the intro to powerlifting, I'm thinking ahead of time, and I'm thinking what would work for a majority of you guys with that, because there are a lot of people in there that are literally different types of builds. They respond to different things. So there's a lot of variability that can happen in there. So I'm thinking very general that would respond to a majority of the people that will be running this program. So I'm really happy with the results that we've been getting on that. And yeah, if you guys are running the program right now, let me know, because I've seen a lot of results in the Discord of you guys doing really well on that program. I thought it'd be a good idea to outro while I'm wrapping up my session. I'm just doing 20 minutes of cardio on the treadmill to wrap up this workout for today. Like I mentioned before in my previous videos, if you guys are watching, and if you're not watching, make sure to catch up, because I'm on my consistent YouTube grind again. The stuff you've been asking for. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys would go through my previous videos. But anyways, like I said in my previous videos, I am trying to lose a little bit of weight. I'm a little heavier than I'd like to be at the moment, just because a lot of external things have been going on in my life. A lot of stress, a lot of work, which is good work though, good stress. Keeping myself busy, but just, I'm a little bit more sedentary with my lifestyle. I'm sitting down at a desk or at a coffee shop doing work on my computer, editing, making content for you guys, obviously. So that's why I'm like sitting down a lot more. So I'm not really getting the steps that I usually did when I was a little bit lighter. So I have to supplement my training with 3 to 4 sessions a week, just like 20 minutes, 30 minutes on the treadmill. Nothing too strenuous, too taxing on my body, because I can't handle anything else more than just walking, because my body is fragile and I'm old now. Like I mentioned before, this is like my favorite topic to talk about, because I do this so frequently and I've done it for the past decade. Like I could literally have in the 4-digit bench press sessions in my entire like training career, which is pretty cool to say. To be completely honest with you, if I'm benching 400 pounds, under 200 pounds body weight, I think I'm doing something right, you know? So for those of you that are in this video and they're like, you should be benching more than this amount of times in 1 week. You should be only doing this many times a week. I've benched 4 to 6 times a week the past 5 years. And like I said before, I'm the strongest and the healthiest that I've ever been in my entire life. So, suck it. Like I said before, if there's one thing to take away from this entire video, it's to treat your training like a science experiment. Your frequency, your volume, your load, those 3 things make up your prescription for your training. And the entire training prescription that you're doing, you need to figure out what is appropriate for you, because every single powerlifter is gonna be different. They respond differently to different things, so you need to figure out what works for you. And the only way you're gonna find that out is by experimenting. I'm gonna do another 15 minutes on this treadmill, but nothing else to really say to you guys. Appreciate you guys so much for sticking around this entire YouTube video. If you are a beginner powerlifter and you need a little bit more direction with your training, whether it be for SBD or just for bench press, I have 2 programs available on my website. They can help you out. They can give you more direction. And specifically for the bench press one, it's an ebook. So it's literally like 40 pages, guys, of information that I've gathered from a decade of powerlifting training. And I've composed it all into one PDF. There's an entire 45-minute video for you guys to watch if the PDF still doesn't make any sense to you. So if you're a visual learner, there's a video for you to watch. I have a recurring powerlifting program that never ends. It's called the Introduction to Powerlifting Program for Beginner Powerlifters. Honestly, it works well for intermediate powerlifters also. For just $10 a month, you can have a program that never ends. Join an exclusive Discord community with people in the same position as you. In this program, you're gonna learn a lot and get stronger. What more else could you ask for $10? Let me know down in the comments below, what's the worst powerlifting injury you've ever had? Thank you guys so much. See you guys in the next YouTube video. Peace.